Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where last episode we took some damage on our Orion. We're going to need to do some proper repairs to it. So let's hop into the mech bay. We're going to probably need to refit this, but we need to look to see what we've got available for its current loadout. We're going to stop work on the Orion. That is the majority of our costs there. And we'll go ahead and refit this. So the Orion could definitely use some work. The heavy rotary AC5 gets repaired. We did lose the 2 tons of heavy rack 5 ammo there. And, I mean, we do have some precision rack 5 ammo, but that's not heavy rack 5 ammo. So we're going to have to ditch the heavy rack 5. I think I'm okay with that. We could potentially think about putting a Gauss of some type onto this, and I think that would fit its loadout a little bit better. We could even drop the Rocket 20s. They're really more for close in. So we drop the Rocket 20s. What do we have for missile weapons right now? I'm thinking about maybe a pair of Clan LRM 20s. That, if we've got them, that would be amazing. We've got LRM 20 Zeuses. I mean, that's not awful. If we were to do something like this, we could drop the PPCs. And then we could, in theory, run, like, just as backup weapons, a pair of medium lasers to free up a bunch of heat. Or rather, a bunch of tonnage. So, like, just a pair of ER medium lasers. The LRM 20 Zeuses. And then in here, what would we have available for a ballistic weapon that would fit into 10 tons, considering that we still need ammo here? We could potentially cram a UAC-5 on here. We definitely want to drop the FCS PPC. I'd love to put a Clan Gauss rifle on there. I don't think we can get away with that. Maybe we can. Okay, so our heat sinking is 60 heat. We're at net minus 14 heat with an Alpha Strike. The ER medium lasers were fine as far as heat generation goes here. So we would need to put in some Gauss rifle ammo. A double ton of Gauss ammo would net us 20 shots. So this puts us 3.4 tons overweight. Then we need LRM ammo as well. How feasible is this, really? Especially if we wanted to put, like, Artemis 4 on this. Let's see here. We would need an Artemis 4 FCS, something like this. 4 tons overweight. And then we would want to put in something along the lines of LRM ammo. I think that we would want, maybe not swarm ammo, but we would probably want to have, like, a ton of listen kill. Maybe a ton of FTL. And then I would love to see something along the lines of 2 tons of Artemis 4. This would be kind of ideal. We're 8 tons overweight. So this is probably not a good option. I think we have to drop the Gauss rifle. I think that tonnage just doesn't work out. Unless we wanted to drop our engine core down pretty dramatically. Which we maybe could do. Our movement on this isn't, strictly speaking, that important. That's potentially a possibility. So we could drop this down to, say, a 250. That gets us very close. Does a 250 require an external heatsink? Let's check our engine heatsink here. No, it does not. A 240 would require an external heatsink, which we have the slots for. We could theoretically do that. So a 250 is 3 and 5. I think that that's okay. A 240 would also be 3 and 5. What about a 225? Apparently that needs to be repaired. What? Okay. That'd be 3 and 4. Whereas a 230 would also be 3 and 4. A 240 would be 3 and 5. I think a 225 is acceptable. Okay. So then we put the Clan Gauss on. Again. Something along the lines of this. And then we do have the tonnage for the ammo. This would work. We'll need the double Gauss ammo. Now, we are running Clan heatsink kits here. So we would need a Clan double heatsink. We'll put that in over here for right now. And how are we doing there? Okay. That looks good. Our heat efficiency is at the same level that it was. That looks solid. We still have a half ton that we could do. In theory, we could run like an extra half ton of LRM ammo, theoretically. Like maybe a half ton of Deadfire. It's awkward having it in this torso. We could put it in the CT. What could possibly go wrong? Actually, I kind of think it's safer in the CT than it is over in this left torso. I think this works. Shockingly, I think this works. We'll go ahead and validate that, and we'll confirm that. That's going to take a long time to do. And it's going to be somewhat expensive, but that's okay. So then we will go ahead and have this be in like ascending order. I think that's not a terrible idea right now. Okay, we'll do something like that. Actually, we have 15 days. I'm going to do this in opposite order. That doesn't do a thing. We would need to do something kind of like this instead. Kind of. Not exactly. Let's just flip these around, move these 1 days down to the bottom, and then move the 3-day up and the 5-day up, and that's good. Okay, so here's the question. Do we want to prioritize work on the Orion right now? I think not on the Orion, but on the Mauler. Let's go ahead and do that. And now we're going to need some cash. We can, of course, hop into our storage. We salvaged a Cascatel part in the last episode that we can get rid of, and that will net us quite a lot of cash. Maybe even enough to cover the repairs on that Orion. So let's see what we've got there. I know the Cascatel isn't that like a 60-ton vehicle? Something along those lines? Yeah, right here. That does actually net us enough cash to cover the repair of the Orion. Fantastic. So we can actually take this financial report, but I'm not going to. We're going to tick forward here, get some of these repairs done. Okay. There. Like that. We're going to leave the Mauler and the Orion out, and we're going to need to deploy. Let's hop into our barracks quick and get any mech warrior training done that needs to be done. Ooh, a point of gunnery for boot camp. That is solid.
Commander.
Point of guts for brother. Sounds good.
Confirmed. Good to
Anybody
go.
else?
I'm here.
Yes, a point of guts for Muffin Top.
Training complete.
Orders? Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that
Commander?
looks like
Commander?
that is it. Okay. So let's hop into the command center and see where we can deploy again here. I would like this to be... There's this battle here that I have mentioned before that we can probably breeze through. It's 2.5 skull, but it has solid max pay. And I think we're going to do this. It's even a free priority salvage here, so we can net here, or rather sit here, and this I think is going to be really easy. We could use a quick and easy payday right now. We're going to need to bring the Corsair along, which is not ideal. But yeah, this should be absolutely fine. The Mauler will be done soon enough, as will the Orion. And yeah, we'll be in a pretty good position after this. Our drop costs are high, there's no doubt about that. And our monthly costs are pretty high too. So we need to be a little bit more choosy with our contracts, but this should be a nice, easy payday. We'll net roughly 1 million C-bills in profit from this one, not counting any salvage, which we're not expecting a lot of salvage profits from this, considering that we're 1 in 7 on the salvage. It's not going to be great. I can tell you that right now. But I am expecting this to be a very, very easy battle. Like, either it'll be a lot of little guys that we can take out pretty quickly, or it'll be a couple of big guys that we can take out pretty quickly. I'm not concerned. We need to find and destroy local government units. We believe that the planetary government has landed an elite lance on Heligoland. Its continued presence inside contested territory is unacceptable and threatens to distract our own forces into trying to track it down and engage it. We need you to locate and eliminate this lance. If these guys are that hard to track down, they must be pretty competent. Expect a tough fight, Commander. I mean, yeah, but it's 2.5 skull. I'm not expecting very much difficulty here, really. That said, the loading screen has decided to take a while to load, which is usually not a great sign, but we'll see. Maybe they decide to throw a locust army at us of like 28 locusts. We've seen it before. If they throw a locust swarm at us, we should be able to eliminate the locust swarm pretty easily through our high roll opportunity mechs like the Black Knight. It does feel like a trap. I do not like this drop location. We do see that there's a support lance, and they're just up the ravine. They might be up on top, but if they are, they'll have to skyline themselves. We're going to drop right here, and we're going to spring the trap.
What are those? Trees? Trees. Ready to rock, Chief.
Okay, so we see a heavy bomber.
Time to earn our pay. Trees. I love trees.
Okay. Looks like we've got ourselves a target. So we're going to move up with whoever moves first. That is our Hector. The Hector is going to move up to here. It's round 1, so we don't have sensors, so we are going to be using Warlords to burst through this Ifrit just as quickly as we can. We're going to hope that we successfully manage to tag it here. We did. That will help a lot. Excellent. Okay, a little bit of splash damage there.
I laugh at your puny attack.
Somebody back over here that we don't quite see. Ah, another heavy bomber. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Hey.
The Battle Master is going to close in over here, as close as it can, and it's going to Warlord and hit this Ifrit, hopefully with the UAC-20. We'll see.
All right.
Oh, we did get a hit there. Not bad. That's a big armor strip from that Ifrit. Okay, so this is somebody from their support lance that we don't know about. Their support lance is actually here, and their local government lance is here. This may actually be the support lance that we're looking at here. I'm not sure.
Yes, Commander.
The Awesome is going to close in.
I'm going.
We're going to fire on that Ifrit. We're going to, once again, Warlord, and we're going to try to shoot this guy on down. I'm even going to Rocket 20 this.
Locking target.
Structure exposure. He shot down every one of those rockets. Sad. But we got a structure exposure on the Ifrit, and that's what's really important right now. It's not even in the turret. I like it. We're going to move up our Salamander. The Salamander is going to not fire the medium lasers, but we did manage to proc his AMS, so we should be able to get some MRMs through this, or more than we would have anyway. Oh yeah, he's dead. That is just an absurd number of MRMs, and I love it.
Reporting. One less vehicle.
Okay. Couple of phase 17 movers. A complete failure on the Black Knight there. Okay. The Black Knight is going to not move forward right now. I'm going to reserve it. I'm going to allow this mech to move. Adorable. Okay, we don't care about that.
Commander?
The Madcat Mark II is at this point going to position itself here.
Heading out.
I'm more interested right now in taking out this hunter. So we're going to Warlord. Bumps us up to 43. I'm not going to fire the rocket 20s. It's round 1. I think that's wasteful. But we'll pot shot this. A solid hit with the Gauss. I like it. Okay, phase 15. Sure, I don't care.
Damage looks like
6 damage to the Battle Master is not very relevant. The Corsair can move up over here, and we're just going to shoot at this fire starter. We'll Warlord it, because it's round 1. But the Corsair is not a very good mech right now. It needs to be refit, but we don't have the cash at the moment. Okay, we do see... What is that, a Bushwhacker over there? I think that was a Bushwhacker or something similar. Like a land-air mech Bushwhacker? No, this is just like a missile variant, I think. Okay.
I'm your spaniel.
The Boar's Head is going to step forward, and who do we target here?
Position.
We don't have direct LOS on the Ifrit here, otherwise I would fire in flak mode. I think because of the indirect firing, we're just going to fire over here. I'm not going to fire the LRM-20. Okay, a little bit of armor strip there is fine. The Black Knight is now going to sprint forward up to here,
we go.
and we're going to fire on that fire starter. We'll Warlord it because it's round 1. There we go. And let's see what we get.
Copy that.
That'll do some serious damage to the fire starter. Okay, round 2.
Standing by.
The Black Knight actually moves again instantly.
Moving
We're
to
going to step
position.
forward here. We do see a Grasshopper over there, and yeah, that is a Bushwhacker. Okay. This is going to hurt him. Excellent. A lot of good crits there.
Critical hit.
And that fire starter is now unsteady. The Nidhogg moves in. The Nidhogg is our primary target now. It went for the Corsair. Remember, the Corsair has quad AMS. I don't know why it thought that was a good idea. The Awesome is going to step forward. And the Nidhogg is our primary target right now. Light him up. That wasn't great. That was, in fact, the opposite of great. Bushwhacker closes in. Shoots at the Awesome. It's fine. I was hoping to get into the cover, but I didn't want to sprint to ruin our hit odds on the Nidhogg, which ended up not working. But I guess that's reasonable. We're going to fire on the Nidhogg with the Madcat Mark II.
Affirmative.
Okay, some decent armor reduction in its front arc there. Not as much as I was hoping for, but it'll do. The Grasshopper closes in, doesn't do anything.
What? No.
The Battle Master is going to move up to here.
Affirmative.
I think, given the hit odds, we gotta go for the fire starter here. Let's just remove it from the field.
There you go.
There we go.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Excellent.
Good to go.
The Hector is going to step up over here. And I want it to work on eliminating some of these vehicles. The Hunter is going to take some heavy fire here. And the Hunter's down. Perfect.
Reporting. Vehicle destroyed.
Phase 17, that is going to be somebody that we don't see. With artillery.
Took a hard hit there. I'm getting pummeled.
Good to know.
Reporting heavy damage.
I did not know that they had an artillery boat out there, but we'll deal with it eventually. We'll fire on the Nidhogg here. We don't get any hits, but that's okay. Phase 16, that'll be this bandit. And actually something else as well. No, that was the bandit. Okay. Well, that's fine. We don't care about that. The Salamander is going to sprint forward. Now, I actually do want to go for the Nidhogg here. I know that it has AMS. I'm okay with this. I'm even going to Warlord it. We're going to overwhelm its AMS. I'm not going to fire this medium laser because of heat, but... Okay.
Critical hit. My SRMs are out.
That was a lot of damage. I was hoping that it would kill, but sadly the damage spread out a little bit more than I was hoping for. The boar's head is going to move up and finish the job. Flak mode. Light him up.
Firing on target.
There we go. Nidhogg is down.
Be gone. Yes. Go, go, go.
Next up, the Hector is going to position up over here. The Hector is going to go for the hovercraft. I want that eliminated.
Confirm.
That spread out everywhere. Okay. Little bit of damage to the Battlemaster, but I really don't care.
Indicator shows minimal damage.
Indeed.
Awaiting
The Black
orders.
Knight is going to move up, and I honestly want it to come up over here. Go for the kill on the hovercraft.
Engaging target.
All we got was a structure exposure there. Okay. Once again, spreading out heavily. They're going for the Awesome, which is unsurprising with those X-Pulses. It's got that instability right now.
Stripped off.
Okay. The Awesome is going to step forward here for the purpose of getting stability. And I'm going to Vigilance it as well. There's still an artillery boat out there that we don't see. And I think we go for the kill on the hovercraft here.
Engaging.
There we go. Get that off the field.
There's one for the scrap heap.
Now we've got the Bushwhacker and the Grasshopper.
Yep.
And the Salamander is going to sprint forward over here and sink heat. It's out of LOS, so that's fine.
Yes.
The Battlemaster is going to head forward over here. The question is, do we fire this? And I think the answer is no, let's sink heat for right now.
Standing by.
The Mad Cat, on the other hand, is absolutely going to pot shot at that Bushwhacker. Maybe not all the medium lasers, but I'm going to fire the Gauss rifles and sink heat. Okay, we missed those, but that's fine. That Grasshopper is overheated. It hasn't really done that much. It overheated from the one firing on the Awesome it took, I think. The Corsair is going to head forward. This is not great LOS, but it's not blocked by one of our mechs. Gonna do something like this. Okay. We got some hits in there. I like it. And our Boar's Head is going to move up, and we're going to drop artillery on actually the Grasshopper here. In direct mode, let him go. A decent hit on the Bushwhacker there. Did I not fire the LRMs? I meant to fire the LRMs there, but I think I didn't.
Ready.
Oh well. We're going to move up with the Awesome, and I want a direct LOS on it if we can get one. This is a broken LOS, but it'll have to do.
Confirmed.
And we do see that there's a Bola out there. Okay. So we can fire on that Bushwhacker with broken LOS, but it is unsteady, and we're going to go ahead and do this.
Locked and loaded. Here it comes.
Well, that didn't go as well as I had hoped. Not great rolls there, I'll be very honest.
Standing by.
The Battlemaster can come up here and actually attack the Bola, and I don't like this positioning. So we're going to move out here instead and go for the Bushwhacker. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was really heavy hits with the UAC-20. Amazing.
Do it.
I'm very happy about that. That was 20% hit chance, and we hit both of the UAC-20s there. Fantastic.
Let's do this.
Just absolutely spectacular shooting.
Acknowledged.
Not going to fire this ERPPC due to heat. Well, let's see what we get. Okay. Decent damage into the Bushwhacker there.
Confirmed.
The Salamander can move up, and... Ah! We've got Grasshopper LOS here. I like it. Light him up. We can't Warlord, but that's okay.
I'm on.
Excellent. The Bola moves now and does not fire.
Commander?
Foolish, but I'll take it. Just checking to see if we had any unobstructed LOS. The answer is no, but we will just come on in over here with the Black Knight. We're unlikely to do too much damage to the Salamander, so I think this is okay. Is that a knockdown?
That's gonna hurt.
Yes, it is. Delicious. Delicious, delicious knockdown.
Yeah?
The Corsair is going to, I think, yeah, it's going to stay exactly where it's at. And we're just going to fire at the Bushwhacker. We have pretty decent hit odds here. Do it.
Take this.
All armor there. Okay. Not ideal, but
Good to go.
it'll be fine. The Madcap Mark II actually has direct LOS right here. This will be a kill.
Engage.
There we go. Magnificent.
Mech destroyed.
So now we just need to finish off the local government units. The Boar's Head can actually direct fire from here. So let's do it.
Got it, Commander.
Did I not fire the LRMs again?
I think
Or did they misfire?
swimmingly. Don't you?
I think I didn't fire the LRMs again. I need to pay attention to that next time. Next time the Boar's Head is up. Okay. That is going to be a lot of heat. Indeed, that was a whole lot of heat.
Good to go.
The Hector can make its way over to here where it has direct LOS. And so we shall. This is possibly a kill on the Grasshopper, but I'm not going to bet on it. Yeah, that was basically all armor damage. So that's the thing.
Standing by.
The Awesome, however, can close in over here.
On my way.
And this Grasshopper is overmatched at this point. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Down it goes again. That should be two pilot injuries there. The Black Knight is going to go for the kill here. And we'll see about taking care of that Bola out there in a bit. There we go. One dead Grasshopper. Fantastic.
Hostile eliminated.
And now the Salamander is going to make its way around over here and sink heat. The Bola moves now. We'll see if it fires. Interesting place to shoot at. I feel like that's not great.
Orders.
But okay. The Madcap Mark II is going to head out over here.
Got it.
We just need to run it down at this point.
Right here.
The Battlemaster is also going to head out over here. We have LOS here, which is surprising. Very bad hit odds. Oh, but hey, we got 20 damage in there. We'll take it.
Yep.
The Corsair is, of course, overheated, and
Copy
we're
that.
just going to brace there for now.
Commander.
Okay, the Boar's Head. Yeah, the LRM-20 just isn't selected. I'm a moron. Okay. This isn't new news, but it's fine. There we go. We'll make sure to fire those.
Now let's see how you handle this.
That was a terrible artillery shot. Luckily, the Arrow 4 did better.
Standing by.
The Hector is going to head up the hill over here. Sink that heat.
I'm receiving.
The Awesome is going to flank out over this direction. We can't quite get into LOS, sadly.
Yes.
However, the
Commander.
Battlemaster can close on in,
I'm there.
and so we shall. I'm going to Warlord it. We're going to pot shot this with the UAC-20. Let's see what happens. We did hit with one of those. That was a lot of armor damage to that Bola. Nice.
By.
The Black Knight is going to head out over this way. Next round, it gets in LOS.
Ready.
Madcap Mark II is heading out this way as well. It gets in LOS this round. We're going to Warlord it, and we're going to pot shot. I'm not going to fire the Rocket 20. We actually got a structure exposure there. So now the Atlas is in a position where it can very realistically kill that without even hitting it. I like it.
What do you need?
The Corsair moves up.
Roger.
We're not too interested in it. Okay, let's see what the Bulla does. It could even kill itself by moving through the fire, but I don't think it will. Okay. That's not all that threatening. Sounds good.
I will be done.
So the Boar's Head will step forward,
I'm walking here.
and we're going to drop artillery on this guy. I think this kills it.
Yeah. Here it comes.
There we go. Fantastic. So that Bola might be worth scrapping. We'll see what happens with the
Mission successful.
with the salvage here. It'll be interesting to be sure. I want to know how much that Bola is worth. Like, we know that the Cascatel, the single part for it, scrapped at like 10% value because it was worth 5.5 million C-bills and we got 550,000 for scrapping it. That's the way scrapping works. But we'll see. That is a stealth tank after all. So we netted ourselves some cash there, and yeah, there is a Bola stealth tank part here. 3.3, huh? That's probably the best that we're going to get still. Unless the Ifrit is worth more. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not. So let's go for the Bola here. Endo steel structure. We've got 2 of them. I'll sell that one. Reflective coating. I think we'll get rid of that. I don't really like the specific to a particular weapon type because we have no information of what weapon types we're going to be up against usually. So we'll keep the precision AC-20 ammo and the sensor probe. That's fine. So the question then becomes, how much is it going to cost to repair that? We took a decent amount of splash damage here and there. There was nothing too major in terms of internal, so I'm expecting somewhere along the lines of 100,000, I think, for armor replacement, but we'll see what that looks like. Whenever Yang gets around to giving us that. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to do that after we get rid of that part, and after we get our estimate from Yang. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's see what Yang has to say. I really expected he'd be ready by the time I finished that. But here we go. Okay, under 100k. I'm reasonably content with that. And let's get rid of that Bola part as well. Of course, next episode, we're going to need to take forward a little bit. I'm not sure if we're going to have to hit this financial report or not. We'll take a look at that next episode. It kind of depends on what mechs we have available by then. That was a 60-ton tank, I believe. Or thereabouts. Yeah, right here. Okay. And yep, 330. That was what I expected. Fantastic. And with that, I'm going to put that cut in, and next episode, we'll see if we need to take this financial report or not. See you all then.